Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yawashai, Ba'asham Rachakodash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all your sincere Akian. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yawashai, Ba'asham Rachakodash. All praises and glory is due. And this was the video that was just recently uploaded by the brother from Hawaii. Alright, and it's going into Donald Trump and basically, the executive orders that he's been signing, and one of those executive orders being rumored to be an executive order that exempts or basically blocks women that are receiving child support from getting taxes from the children that they are receiving child support for, which of course was proven to actually be fake news, right? False misinformation being spread. And the brother basically did a video going into that in these last days, right, of Esau's kingdom, you are seeing more and more, or rather it should be that in these last days it's being exposed more and more, right? The misinformation cycle that Esau, the misinformation that Esau has been pushing out into the world is being exposed more and more, because me personally, I don't feel as though the misinformation has increased, but rather it is more so there is now more, understanding on the earth, as the scripture says, thanks to, of course, the spirit and power Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash. There is now more understanding on the earth, and due to that, right, this misinformation, right, the lies and deceits of Esau Edom are being exposed more rapidly than ever before. As soon as it gets spread, it's already being exposed to be deceit, because this is something that has been happening for a long time, right? This is how Esau operates, right? The devil, the father of lies, as it is written. So I'll start by getting a book of Job, right? That is the book of Job 13 verse 4, I believe. So this is the book of Job 13 verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value, right? And that's of course referring to Esau Edom and their lies, right? Their deceits, and of course the doctrine of information. And that's why the term is the doctrine of information. And if you go into the word doctor, right, one of the definitions of the word doctor means to falsify. That's exactly what Esau does: creates fake news, creates misinformation, psyops, right, false flag events, and so on and so forth, in order to push an agenda, right? Esau will really willfully use deception and use deceit in order to push an agenda, because once again he is the father of lies, he is the devil, which the Bible speaks of, right? And if you go into the etymology of the word devil, it goes back to the Hebrew word diabolos, which means false accuser, slanderer, and basically going into somebody that is basically going into a liar, which is exactly what Esau is. So now, this is the book of Daniel 12 verse 9. And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Right, and this is oh wait, I haven't got. Oh wait, I didn't get the main point. That is where it says knowledge shall be increased. I didn't get the main point. Let me go to that. Here it is. So this is the book of Daniel 12 verse 4. And this is what I was actually looking for here. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased, right? So because knowledge, and of course the knowledge being referred to here is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash. And you have to bear with me, I don't, out of nowhere, these people started doing their, normal Christian bullshit, because it's a church right next to my house. Let me see if I can go a little bit further away from them so you won't hear that. But basically this is going into counts, like I was saying. This is going into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. And because the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, is being increased on the earth, right? To and is being given to the elect of the nation of Israel. The lies and the deception, the deceit of Esau Edom is also being exposed more and more because the truth is coming out. The lies are becoming harder and harder to hide. So that's why you have this, apparent increase in misinformation. But if you really think about it, this it's not really an increase, it's just it being more openly exposed. So now let me do this because I said I would get the definition of the word misinformation. So let's get that misinformation because that's the big thing right now. Everybody is worried about misinformation, spreading misinformation and so on and so forth. So misinformation, false or inaccurate information, especially that which is deliberately intended to deceive, right? So these kinds of news articles, this kind of news, right, is being spread for the purpose of deceit, of deception, of deceit, and it's of course being run by Esau Edom in order to sow confusion on the earth. That's why Esau will push, misinformation like saying that, oh well, Trump is going to, stop taxes for single mothers that are receiving child support, or talking about how Haitian migrants were eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio, or how during the LA riots and the LA fires, how you had Jake, they were saying that Jake during that time was looting houses. Okay, all these types of misinformation was being spread by Esau Edom in order to push an agenda, and basically was all leading towards civil unrest, all basically for the sake of causing civil unrest, causing sedition, in order to push forward the NWO, the Great Reset of Esau Edom. So now, then what I also want to do, I also want to get this right here, go into this as well. In the news articles, because what you'll be seeing, the news article is always talking about is rise of misinformation, right? So let's get that rise of misinformation and fake news, you see. And you'll see multiple news articles going into that in the recent years about how there's a rise of misinformation, there's a rise of fake news and quote unquote conspiracy theories, right? Because that's another the deception that Esau pushes right there, where he'll try to mask real information coming out as misinformation or fake news or conspiracy theory. And what it has become is these things have become buzzwords, and whenever you hear it, you automatically assume that the thing that that thing, right, is automatically negative. Okay, so yeah, let's just use this one right here because it's the big one. This is the big article or big piece of information that came out. When Meta, right, Mark Zuckerberg announced that he will stop, his fact checking platform on his Facebook and basically leave it to consumers to do their fact checking by themselves, right? Let's get that. Let's get this. So yeah, Meta and Mark Zuckerberg end fact-checking. Local experts warn of a rise in misinformation. Meta is ending their fact-checking programs, raising concern about misinformation, especially among young users, say local experts. And the funny thing is that even when they had that their misinformation, whatever algorithm or tactic they used to try to that they use for fact checking or to keep or to stop or reduce misinformation, it was still going off. It was still wicked as hell, right? Because you already know that Esau, like I said, Esau is the devil, man. Esau is a liar. So the fact is that even if he calls himself talking about trying to end misinformation, trying to bring out the truth, he will still do so deceptively. He will do so with deceit because Esau is not capable of doing good. Okay, Esau is not capable of doing good. So even the scriptures tell you that he cannot go to that he cannot rest unless he does evil. And that's how you have to understand. That's how these devils are, and basically they're not even capable of being honest or telling the truth. So let me get that as it's written: the wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray. As let's get that. Let's just get that. Let's just get that. Let's just get that. This is right here, Psalm 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers, charming never so wisely. Right? So if, even from birth, man, from birth, right? That's how you have to see it with Esau, Edom. That from birth they are born to be the wicked, born to be devils, born to be liars and slanderers. So you can't trust what little real information they bring out, because we know that Esau is infamous for mixing truth with deceit. Okay, so now let's read a little bit of this article. With the end of fact-checking programs on major social media platforms owned by Meta, including Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, experts are warning about the potential for increased misinformation, especially among teens and children. Meta founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced last week that fact checkers will be removed from Meta's platforms in favor of community notes, which allow users to provide context and fact checking in a collaborative way, right? Similar to what Twitter, right, or X, whatever is using as well, right? They make community notes where basically you have users creating information. So let's continue reading. We built a lot of complex systems to moderate content, but the problem with complex systems is that they make mistakes, and basically is going into the new method of controlling misinformation that they are going into, right, which is basically your community notes. And this is all pushing towards the same agenda. Even the misinformation that you see being spread as well, it's all pushing towards the agenda of Esau Edom, right? The elites of Esau Edom, which is basically right for the basically the MOTB, and ultimately leading to them having control over the whole earth, right? So to sit in the side of the north, to be in the position of the Most High, however Shami or Shai. After all, it's not written. That's the book of Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, and also in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter as well. I'm not really going to go into that because I actually want to get this precept next. Okay, once again going back to the topic, which is basically this right here. So John 8 verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right, and this is of course referring to Esau, Edom, the so-called red man. When he speaks about the devil, he's referring to Esau, Edom, the so-called red man, and by extension, it's referring to the family. Okay, the families of, or the bloodline of Esau, Edom. So let's get this word in the concordance, right? So strong G1228. You have to bear with me. Network is a little bit so like, yeah. Network is a little bit slow. Okay, Warren. So let me just raise the volume up a little bit. So yeah, let's get that. So that, yeah, let's just wait a little bit to come up. This audio, come on. Anyway, Strong's G1228, Diabolos, and the biblical usage: prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, and metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. Right, so the third definition, of course, applies to Esau, Edom, right? The metaphor referring to a man, but the third definition can also jump to the second and the first as well, because because the word devil can also be a metaphor to apply to a man that is prone to slander, false accuser. Basically, that's basically what the word diablos, devil, means, a false accuser, which is exactly what Esau, Edom is, right?
Strong's G1228. Diablo.
And it finally came up, but let's just go back to let's just leave that page. So yeah, a false accuser, which is basically a liar, which is exactly what Esau, Edom is, and that is why you are seeing more and more that the deceit of Esau, Edom, right, he is basically crumbling and falling apart, which is why there is so much exposure of misinformation and there's so much exposure of misinformation, and now Esau can't throw a lie or spread a lie out there without the truth coming out in quick succession, right? Or without the truth coming out instantly in order to put straight up debunk, right, that lie and bring out the actual truth. After all, this was prophesied to happen. As the scriptures also say, and I'll get that precept first. As it is written, that the Most High, however, Sham Yahushai, shall cause their own tongue to fall upon them, which is why you see, more that is more of Edomites actually coming out and exposing the lies and the deceits and the misinformation of Esau Edom, right? There are also, of course, the people that expose the lies and the misinformation the most are the men of the Lord. But you are seeing more and more that even other Edomites are coming out to expose the lies and the deceit and the misinformation. So Psalms 64 verse 8, so they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right. So basically, like I said, Esau is ratting out Esau. Esau is exposing the lies and the deceits of their own people. So let's get the next precept. And that should be right here. So this is the book of. Let me just get this precept. Hold on. I think it should be in the Apocrypha, yeah. Let me go back here. It should be here. Ah, here it is. Okay. Second Ezra 6, verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Right. So you can't have these devils bringing out any more of their lies, misinformation, their deceit, irregular lies and false accusations that they do without the truth also coming out to expose them, which is why you are seeing more and more, like I said before. Whenever Esau comes out with their lies, and of course Esau call it misinformation to try to, sanitize it. But what it is lies and it is deceit. And it's already obvious who is pushing these lies and deceits. Of course, it is Esau Edom himself. So, Second Ezra 6:28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
100% success.
Right, because these kind of situations, right? When Trump comes, somebody comes out and spreads and says something, deceitful or spreads misinformation concerning government policies, it usually take weeks, months, and most times even years before the actual truth of the matter, right? The real deal gets exposed. But now you are seeing these things come out within seconds of the lies coming out. There's an old saying in the world that a lie has gone around the world before the truth could even tie its shoelaces, right, or its laces. But now, you are seeing that the truth is beginning to catch up with the deceit, which is why as soon as, Esau is spreading any misinformation or any of Esau's misinformation goes out, the truth is not far behind. So you wait a day or two, right, at most, wait a couple of weeks, and then you see the actual truth, the real information come out. And that's beautiful, man, because it shows you that the word of the Most High, however, Sham Yahushua, is going through the earth and basically exposing these devils, exposing Esau Edom. That's exactly what is happening right now. The truth that has been so long without fruit is being declared, right? Aside from the fact that the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, Yahweh, Sham Yahushua, right? Who we are as a people, the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That truth, right? That fact had been, it had for so long. That fact had been hidden. In fact, it still is being hidden, but more and more, it is being revealed to the world. Okay. Aside from that, you now have the truth of this kingdom and how Esau Edom operates in this kingdom and what America really is. Because you saw the same thing happen with when that TikTok app was actually shut down in the US, and a lot of these TikTok guys, a lot of the the Babylonians that post on TikTok, they moved to Red Notes, right? That's what they call it, the Chinese app, and they began to see the lies and the propaganda that Esau Edom pushed, right? The misinformation and the deceit. And the reason I'm using misinformation is because that is the key, that is the buzzword that Esau uses to mask his lies and deceits. So the lies and the deceit, the propaganda that was pushed by Esau Edom to get the American people against China, they were beginning to see that that Babylon the Great really is falling, right? That America is not the greatest country in the world. That you have nations that are rising up against it, and nations that are becoming far more
Before
and more
transfer fee
advanced than
begins,
it.
why not
And
try
that's why you
OPay?
have a lot of
100%
these your
transfer success. Instant
military
confirmation.
analysts and the like telling you that
100%
we
success.
can't win a straight
For
up
real?
war
Yeah.
against China.
No
We can't
errors,
win
no
a
delays.
straight
It
up
just works.
battle
Alright,
against
I'll
China,
give it a
right? You
shot.
have to
Wow, that was fast.
if push comes
Told
to
you.
shove,
Oh,
that
and
the
if
US
you
will
invite friends,
ultimately
you get
lose to
800
China
naira for
because
each one. Invite
all
10
these
people, and
nations,
that's
right,
8,000
are
naira
beginning
cash.
to,
Wow.
like the scriptures
And free
say,
cash just for sharing
beat
this
their
awesome app.
plowshares
I'm
into
inviting all my
swords, beat
friends
their
right now.
pruning hooks into spears.
Don't
Let
miss
the
out.
weak say I
Refer
am
friends
strong,
and unlimited
because Esau
cashback. Get
Edom is
800
falling.
naira
Okay,
instantly for inviting a new user to join OP.
so with that, I'll end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High. How about Sham Yahushai,
Before
Sham
transfer fee
Rakakadash,
begins,
Wa
why
Abad
not try
Babal,
OPay?
and to the
100%
spirit of
transfer
you
success,
Akiam, and
instant
you are quite
confirmation, and
edified. Shalom.
100% success.